55 KRC.
You're listening to Simply Money here on 55 KRC, the talk station. Good evening. This is Simply Money. I'm Nathan Backrack along with Ed Fink. We're going to be talking with Thomas Harpointner about different ways to shop this time of year and to do it effectively. Bringing in some tips for businesses and some tips for consumers about how to make sure you don't become roadkill when it comes to doing what Americans love to do best. Shop.
Spend, spend, spend.
You're listening to Simply Money. Our guest now is Thomas Harpointner. You're the president and the founder of AISMedia, committed to helping people in both their marketing strategies, I guess, and in their shopping strategies. And we're talking about ways to save money if you're doing online shopping. All right. So what are the things that a consumer needs to know right about now as they hit online shopping sites?
Well, this time of year, consumers are at an advantage because businesses are very eager to move merchandise. For many retailers, the last couple of months of the year can represent 50, sometimes 60% of all of their sales. For consumers, that's, of course, good news. This is a buyer's market. Now, with the downturn of the economy, these retailers are even more anxious to move their products than ever before. Many are doing post-Christmas sales now. So for people who have a little money to spend, the best deals are definitely to be found this time of year.
How are internet sales this year compared to last year? Are they continuing to increase?
Well, that's a funny thing. Retail is flat, but e-commerce has grown 5 times the rate of retail.
Wow.
So a large part of that has to do with the fact that consumers are now using the computer as their primary window shopping device rather than fighting the mall crowds, and they kind of got used to the high fuel prices of the summer. They got online. They're letting their fingers do the walking before they even go into the store. They're looking for the best products, the best prices, ratings, and reviews online. So by the time the consumer hits the store, many of them already know what they're looking for.
Pretty darn smart, aren't they, huh?
Oh, yeah.
And as we get closer to Christmas, the brick and mortars start taking over, don't they?
Well, as closer we get to Christmas is the rare time of the year when the brick and mortars have a little bit of an advantage over their online counterparts, and that's mainly due to the fact that consumers become a little worried that products they order may not arrive on time, or that they're broken, or it's not what the product may not be what they expected, and of course. If something shows up at your doorstep the day before Christmas, it's a little bit late to return it via postal mail. So the brick and mortar counterparts tend to gain a little bit of an advantage over the online retailers.
Yeah, I got my own little rude awakening. Fortunately, my kids aren't listening to the show, but I went looking around for one of those video game boxes made by Nintendo, and all of a sudden was like, they just don't exist right now, or maybe I could spend Grand Theft Auto for them, and I was like, oh, wow, this is, might forget the bricks and clicks, I just can't find the darn thing anywhere, so I know at least one category that must be selling pretty good this year. Other than that, I'm not so sure.
Video game consoles are doing great. For Sony, the PlayStation is what's keeping the company afloat right now. More consumers are spending time at home. They're not going out to fancy dinners and excursions and vacations as much. So, it's no irony that, video game sales are going to do well. Movies, DVDs, they're doing fine. If you pay a little bit more at the local store, an extra $5 might be the thing to do to make sure that you get the product on time. It's important that retailers understand that consumers are smarter. And the best retailers that have also an online strategy are going to have an advantage all around. Many large retailers today give consumers the option of ordering the product online and delivering that product or picking that product up at the store or having it delivered right to their front door. That gives consumers extra confidence knowing that the product could be shipped to their house for added convenience, but if it's not what they want or if there's a problem with it, they can actually return the product at the local store.
All right, so here's a question I got for you. Whenever I do this online checkout, then I get to the point where they're looking for the secret code. Do you have the promo code that will
Do you have the coupon that everybody else in the world has, but
except me?
You're not aware of?
Yeah. So what's my solution over there?
Well, those coupon codes come in real handy.
They do.
Yeah, the biggest coupon that people look for right now is free shipping, and of course, free shipping usually means free ground shipping. It doesn't mean free overnight shipping. So the consumers that are planning ahead, they many times are not only saving sales tax when they shop online, but they're also able to save the shipping fee if you have the coupon code. So the key is to get the coupon code from the retailer. First of all, know the retailer that you want to do business with. It helps to know what you want to buy and who you'd like to buy it from.
Okay.
And subscribe to their email newsletter. Virtually every online retailer right now has a new email newsletter that you can sign up for. And virtually all of them are going to keep your email address private. There's no benefit to that online store to share your email address with other parties because this is their private in-house mailing list.
That's a good point.
Now, do I get the option to make sure that happens? Do I so don't distribute my email box that I check or don't check?
I guess.
Many cases you do. It's when you sign up for the email newsletter, they will usually give you a box that you can check. May we share your information with third parties or not? So if that's a concern, simply leave that box unchecked or make sure they don't. But sign up to the company's email newsletter for sure because email is cheap. Less than a penny per email sent. More retailers are using email than ever before versus postal mail or magazine or newspaper ads. And the second thing is if you don't have the email code or, if you don't subscribe to the newsletter but you'd like to find a code anyway, go to Google, go to a search engine like Find.com. Find.com is a good place to find discounts and codes and coupons for just about anything. So let's say you're looking for that Nintendo Wii at a certain store. There may be no coupon code available, but it doesn't hurt to check. Take a minute, go to Find.com or go to Google, do a search for coupon codes or Wii coupon codes. You'll find that many of them are available. Free shipping codes, 10% off, maybe a free gift. If you buy a digital camera, they may throw in a free battery pack. And you can type those coupon codes directly in when you're checking out and get an instant savings. 800flowers.com is famous for that. I send flowers to my mother, and they're kind enough to remind me that it's that time of year again. But
I'll bet they are.
Well, every time I do send those flowers, though, first thing I'll do is do a search for 800flowers.com coupon codes. I always get 10 or 15% off just by searching for that coupon code.
All right, so now I've done my research on the internet, and I get exactly what it is that I want, and yet somehow when I get it, it doesn't fit. The sweater that was supposed to be perfect. How do I return this least expensively? Because all of a sudden the convenience of online shopping, as my staff will tell you, starts to build up into boxes sitting underneath my desk.
Yeah, that's right. The biggest catch is the returning. The number one reason why people won't buy certain products online because they're a hassle to return, like shoes or sweaters, what have you. The key is to read the return policy before you buy, especially when it comes to products that are updated frequently, like cameras or clothes that go out of style. Those type of retailers can't offer as flexible of a return policy as others. So if there's only a 10 or 14-day return policy, it's important that you take that into consideration before you buy the product, because if the return policy expires before you give the gift, if the recipient doesn't like the gift and can't return it, they're going to give it back to you and you're going to be stuck with it.
Oh, great.
So know what the return policy is before you order that product online. And if it's not clear, call the company or, shop elsewhere.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thomas, thank you very much for joining us. Visit us again sometime. Give us some tips for businesses. I think businesses would love to learn how to do more business on the Internet as well.
You bet.
You take care. Thank you. You're listening to Simply Money here on 55 KRC, the talk station.
55 KRC.
AISMedia is an award-winning multinational internet marketing company providing world-class proprietary internet solutions directly and through our global partner network of certified e-business solutions providers.